The music I brought to the Hoot Band included some New Orleans second line classics, a lot of you know this, some of my original compositions, and some respectful arrangements of Australian and Aboriginal songs like Beds Are Burning, Wyethel, and Took the Children Away. I've been particularly gratified by the response to it all, but specifically to the loving response from the participants and audiences when we play the deep and moving music of Gurumul and Archie Roach. I know it was a bit risky and maybe even a little presumptuous for a white American to introduce these pieces to the group, but I think we've done them with utmost respect in our effort to honor the Aboriginal culture and to recognize the painful history that's represented.
Yes.
There's no way I can talk about our time here without mentioning our gracious, wise, patient, fun, and generous host, Carrie Faulkner. Carrie volunteered to house Cecily and me the very first year without really knowing much about us. Were we slobs? Did we talk too much? Were we robbers or drug addicts, or even worse, Republicans? Not for me to say, but I think we were basically okay, and Carrie became a close and valued friend who's put us up every year. We've always taken time to travel together, and Carrie has visited us twice in the US, and on top of it all, when we arrived, and I was extremely nervous about having to drive on the other side of the road, she bravely offered me her son Evan's car to practice on. I don't know if Evan knew about that. Did Evan know about that? No, he didn't know about that. Yeah, I think I'm pretty proficient, and so far I've not hit anything worth mentioning. Some highlights for me over the past decade, besides the absolute thrill of leading the Hoot Band, have been playing with and getting to know Lindsay Pollock, sitting in with Eric Dunan, his talented students, and the amazing Sandy Evans at what is the Icon, and of course having the honor and privilege to play with the great Junkadelic Brass Band. Other things, other highlights, just watching David do what he does. Incredible. Hearing Lotta sing Bella Ciao with the Con Artists. Seeing Mark play with such skill and joyful abandon. Watching the Femme Fatales grow under Mel's leadership into a formidable and impactful project. And playing under that big tree outside the con at the end of the festival. Also the post-honk gatherings at the Austin Beach, changing rooms, and of course, that brilliant moment when Cecily jumped in on a song with the Austin Shanty Singers. That was amazing. If you weren't there, you really missed something special. She did that. Let's hear it for Cecily Miller, my partner. We're looking back on 10 years of Honk Oz, but I'd also like to look forward. The wonderful leadership and amazing young musicians of Kids Honk and the 1140 Band just blow me away. Some of these players are already part of groups like the Con Artists and the Hoot Band. They're the ones who'll carry this concept of community musicianship into the next 10 years and beyond. It's a testament to the wisdom of people like David, Mark, Jen, Mel, and others that Honk Oz will almost certainly have a place in Wollongong for a long time to come, and I hope that's true, and that deserves some applause. Now, as you know, the second line brass band music of New Orleans is a style I focus on, both in the Hoot Band with the second line / Good Trouble Brass Band and with my Revolutionary Snake Ensemble. I love this music and the culture it represents. I especially love the ability within New Orleans culture and music to mix contradictory emotions, joy and sadness, love and celebration in a single moment. Life is kind of like that. There are times when we celebrate life, but also mourn the passing of a friend or family member. This celebration of 10 years of Honk Oz feels a little like that as well. Over these years, we've lost some of our closest community members, and we celebrate them as we celebrate this milestone. As Honk Oz continues to cement its well-deserved permanent place in this community, let's all join together with joy at what we've done, who we've done it with, and how we'll continue to make the world a better place through shared musical experiences. I'd like to take a minute to recognize those who have been instrumental in putting this year's festival together, the active members of the Honk Oz Organizing Committee, I think they deserve a big round of applause after I'm done, and maybe even, hang on, maybe even a standing ovation. David Berry, Neil Cairns, Christine Carey, Greg Costello, Nairi Davis-Race, Kerry Faulkner, David Gale, Matt Kocher, Lada Letukefu, I even practiced that, Wendy Lee, Brianna Morgan, Catherine Philpott, Emma Rooksby, David Rooney, Ali Smith, and Erno von Alphen. And I also want to mention there's so many volunteers like Gary and many others who've contributed lots of time. So let's now give them all a big round of applause. And I'm almost done. As we've said each year, and by we, I mean Cecily and me, we are fortunate to be part of this annual gathering. Cecily and I are thrilled to be here, to be welcomed as honorary members of your community. We feel the love and we return it times 1,000. Thank you for 10 years of joy, sadness, fun, friendship, sun, rain, and most of all, magical music making. Thank you.